Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another FestiveBored reaction. They sent me another song. This one is Hold the Line, apparently based on some, quote, weird-ass niche furry thing that's a novel, ongoing, and soon to be a game, apparently. And the song is just heavily based around that. So there's a lot of, like, personal stakes in this song from Festive. So that's usually a good thing. And Festive did mention how much this song means to them. So, like, that's important as well. So, like, I'm willing to accept that. Obviously, I want to hear what that means for Festive's sake. I don't know what that could mean for the song, but I guess I won't know if I don't listen. So without further ado, let's go! Setting the mood very well so far. It's definitely giving, like, video game emotional moment OST for sure so far. That big cinematic, like, turning point narratively. It sounds vaguely familiar. It's possible that Festive sent me like a work in progress of this at some point. Because that has happened. So maybe this is part of that and what it became. Or it just sounds really close to something else I've heard before. Either one's fine.
This isn't goodbye. It's the only way I keep you breathing. I walk away. Hold the light, I'll hold the light.
I don't know how much I like the vocal processing. Might be a little bit too much warble. It's not awful, it's just notable. Feels a little bit better here for just the vocalizing parts. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was just gonna explode into a bigger energy there, but no. Built up slower. God, to really mix the drums in there, they're like really breaking through. Maybe a little too much. Maybe a little bit. Again, not awful. Just they really break through.
I
careful with those fills. There's just a little too off time there. Ooh. There we go. Good placement there, having that pause. Careful with those double kicks too. It sounds good there. Might be a little bit too, might be too liberal with them. You gotta be careful. I struggle with that too, just playing. It's so tempting. The guitar sound is really good though. Just like across the board, haven't had a problem there at all. And be careful with the ghost notes. Good adjustment on the chords there. I like that, like, slide down, that half step. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be done there. Say it, the vocalist kind of sounds like a discount Gerard Way. That can be a compliment for the record. Gerard Walmart. Gerard Wayfair. I'm so sorry. Gerard whatnot. Oh man. So I am listening. It's just my brain making dumb jokes. Good performance, honestly. It's just, God, the tone at some points you could really hear like the bite in the vowels, very similar to how Gerard Way does. Hanging on like the R's especially. It just made me laugh. I do not mean that. That won't take away any points from the song at all. It was just funny and my brain wouldn't let it go. All right, so despite me kind of joking around there at the end, I thought this song did its job very well. I can hear the emotional pressure that this song has. I can really sense that. So Festive, fucking great job there. Honestly, 100%. I can feel the like emotion that you put into this, and that is the most important thing in all of music to me, is that I can feel the intent of the creator and what it's supposed to reflect, and I could do that. Obviously, I'm here to critique, so I'm going to be a little bit more dry and neutral about things until I get to that point, and just mentioning things as I went is just how I do. You know I be yapping, but that is a very, very strong selling point for this song. The fact that it was very there. You know, it felt like you gave a shit and you made a song that felt so much more true to yourself, I think, than any other song I've heard from you, which I think is only about 3 at this point, but still that point stands. I think that this is so far one of the best songs I've heard you make. There are little things about it, but it's basically all really nitpicky stuff or just being careful about certain aspects of it. The mix honestly wasn't even all that bad this time around. The drums were a little bit bright. They were a little bit like fronted in the mix. And for this, I would probably shove those further into the back. I'm a drummer. I'm saying it. The drums go in the back for this song. I'm usually a fan of the drums being super present in a mix, but you have to nest them right to get that to work. And I feel like these were just kind of plopped on top. They just don't embed themselves in quite as well. There's not that glue together. Something that might have actually helped might have been some sort of a glue process on your effects rack, whatever it happens to be, and just like a glue compressor, having the drums a little bit softer, but then gluing them together. I'm not sure if you did that, but if you did, then it's just a matter of the drums being a little bit too loud. Maybe side chaining the kick so it has a little bit of that dip in there. Not too much, especially for this genre, but enough that it gets the rest of the song out of the way, so that cuts through is another option. Just having the drums in the back, you can still make them sound like they're coming up front. Just be careful of how you're doing that, because as this song sounds, it really just feels like the drums are there, and it's like, okay, Jesus Christ, I need to hear the rest of what's going on. There was also, like I mentioned a few times, the playing aspect of this. I don't know if you play the drums like you have an E-kit or something that you just track MIDI of that way, or if you're using like pads on a MIDI synth keyboard or anything like that. Not sure. Or if, hell, it could have just been like the humanize feature in whatever DAW you use. That is a bitch sometimes, and it will overdo those sorts of corrections, thinking and estimating what a human would sound like. But there were moments in here where I was hearing things that were just completely offbeat, where I'm just like, oof, like that doesn't belong there. Like that one fill was just like a good half measure off. It felt very strange. Maybe a couple beats more than a half measure, but you get what I mean there. And then the other stuff obviously being like the kick drum, having a little bit too much of it at times. There is this balance, and obviously I'm a drummer, so I know what this balance is. I have to deal with it all the time, of doing just a few too many little flares and extra fill things, like having the kick on the off beats and stuff like that. You need to do that when the song calls for it. Don't just throw that in there. Be very, very selective of when you actually include that. Like I mentioned a few times in here, it worked and I didn't have a problem with it, but there were moments where everything else kind of like went down, like there wasn't vocals there, and then the kick was in there and it was like, whoa, where is that? Those are the moments you need to be careful of. You need to work with the song in that way and pay attention to how much is happening at that time. You do not want the drums, especially when they're this loud in the mix, to be overtaking anything else, and it got pretty close a few times. So be careful with that. Ghost notes on the snare, the extra hits, if for some reason you don't know what that term is, I imagine you do, but be careful of those as well. Same problem as the kick thing. Just doing it too much can be too much, frankly. We all love a good ghost note. Everyone loves a good ghost note. It's one of the drummer's favorite things in the arsenal to keep things rolling, but also you do it too many times or have too many soft secondary hits that it tends to just start feeling weird and it doesn't land on the rhythm quite right, so you have to be careful. Otherwise, this song was really well done. I like the rhythm section. I loved what you did with the guitars. The tones for those were great, setting that mood at the very beginning, making it atmospheric, fantastic. Even the vocal mixing was well placed in the mix. I do think that the processing on the voice was a little bit too much. It almost started to feel a little bit like AI driven and robotic at points, and I could tell that the performance was not that so much as it was just the, like, I think you had like a flanger or something on there that was like warbling the sound around, and that might have been a little bit much. Fit better in the actual chorus and everything, like when the rest of the instruments came in, but before that, when the voice first showed up, was just a smidge too much. Maybe even pulling back the reverb might have helped that a little bit, just kind of taking it out of that placement, but it's really that warbliness that just felt odd to me. But other than that, fantastic. Like I said, all nitpicky stuff, not stuff that I'd be like, ooh, this song is disgusting, don't touch it, ew, gross. This is, again, one of your best tracks, a really fucking good song, just across the board. Is it simple with the chord progressions? Sure, but it does exactly what you wanted it to do. It's emotional, it's driving, and it pulls the listener in that direction. Just because something is simple, and I say that all the time, does not mean it's bad. I never want that to be what anyone takes from anything I I say. Simplicity is the key to some of the best tracks out there, and this song has that simplicity, that key factor that makes it go, damn, there's a lot of room here, a lot of things you can add, a lot of atmospheric sound design stuff that you can fit in here, and while everything else did have its little nitpicky factors in it, that does not take it away from the overall vibe that this song had, and the emotion in the lyrics and everything. Everything felt so good on this song. So again, fantastic work on this song in general, Festive. You outdid yourself as far as I've heard. I know you've probably got more coming. You have more out, obviously. So it's more of just, how are you going to go from here? What are you going to do next is now my next question. So that's always good when I want to hear another song from you, instead of just going, oh, that's 3 strikes, you're out, bleh, and not doing that. Obviously, I want to hear more of what you got, because this is a very good direction. You have found like a niche of how you work here and how this song sounds. Stick with this a little bit, explore within it, fix some of those little things, and keep doing this, because you did everything else very, very well here. But I think I'm done yapping about it, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to get to something else, by all means, drop it in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if, like Festive did, you want to guarantee that I listen to something, it can be from you or from anyone else. It doesn't matter what it's from, who it's by, or if it's even good or bad. That's completely up to you. It's a guaranteed request for a reason. But if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!